But I'm not avoiding embarrassment and pretending that, yeah, obviously I was just kidding when I asked my international friends what they're doing for the 4th of July. I like to answer questions and comments that I get on YouTube, so let's get to it. So in C major, 1, 3, 5 is a C major chord, but in G major, what would you call a 1, 4, 6? Same note as the C major, but using a different key? Alright, so this might seem like a simple question, but I have just realized something that has been hiding in plain sight from me music theory all the time, okay? So, just as an example, let's use this. G major, right? G major is a key, in which this key there are 7 notes. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G again. Real quick refresher, every one of those single notes becomes a chord. The 1, 4, and 5 in any key become major chords, right? So G major, C major, D major, G, A, B, C, D. 1, 4, and 5 are major chords. So much of popular music is just some combination of G, D, C, G, or, in the case of C major, C, D, E, F, G, C. F is the 4 chord, G is the 5 chord, C is the 1 chord. One thing that I never realized is like, alright, well, what are the other keys that G is a chord in? Okay, that's a very interesting question. It's like, alright, well, if it's a major chord, it has to be either the 1 of a key, the 4 of a key, or the 5 of a key. And I've always counted backwards, right? I was like, alright, well, if G is the 4 of the key, I'd count backwards. So G, F, E, D. It's like one of those like sobriety tests where it's like say the alphabet backwards and it's like that's the hardest thing on earth to do. So okay, so D would be 1, D, E, F sharp, G would be 4, A would be... Guess what? There's a way easier way to do this. I never realized this before. So in this key, G, C, and D are the 1, 4, 5. Well, guess what? The key of G, the key of C, and the key of D are also the keys that G is in. So in the key of D, like I said, G is the 4 chord. In the key of C, C, D, E, F, G, G is the 5 chord. This is crazy. I mean, how this will help you is up to you, right? A lot of people might think this is just like a trick to kind of like expedite how you find which keys are and which chords are in which keys. But I think it's super interesting. It's like, let's take the key of F, right? I've always thought like, yeah, F, then down a string would be B flat, then up 2 frets would be C. So F is the 1 chord, B flat is the 4 chord, C is the 5 chord. And you know, if you learn a bunch of songs, you kind of innately understand all this anyways, but I thought it was very interesting that 1, 4, 5, besides being the major chords in the key of F, they're also the keys in which F is a major chord. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to you because I think it's actually super interesting. And, you know, I don't know, just kind of opens up a door music theory-wise. It's like, oh, now, well, that's a lot easier. Like, let's do A real quick. A, D, and E. You know, A is the 1 chord in the key of A, or the 5 chord in the key of D, or the 4 chord in the key of E, right? I'm not even going to check that because I'm pretty sure that's right in my head. So, again, try to pick a key and figure that out. But in the meantime, I want to tell you the sponsor of this video, it's Elixir Strings, because I have missed this guitar so much. My Martin D35. Most of the time I've been in California this year. And again, I've got a D18 in California, but this one has been broken in so well. But like these Elixirs just sound so good. So again, Elixir just sponsored another video with me and my friend Jay last week. So if you don't have Elixir Strings, get some. There's an affiliate link in the description. They're the best strings on the planet, in my opinion. And the easiest way to kind of just go around and just look at music theory, right? Let's do one more, key of D. You probably already know this. D, E, F sharp, G, and A. So D, 1, G, 4, A, 5. The 4 of the 1 chord, D to G. Well, that's also where the 1 chord would be the 5 chord of the 4. Now that's where it gets confusing, right? When you start saying sentences like that, I don't think that I don't realize how confusing that sounds. Well, the 4 of the 1 chord is actually the 5 when the 4 is the 1. That's why music theory is complicated. But that's why I don't want to talk about it that way. I want to talk about it as far as like, okay, key of E major. 1, 4 is A, 5 is B. So the key of A and the key of B, E is a chord in. You can figure it out. This is the 5 and the 4, however you want to talk about it. But I thought that was like a super quick music theory hack that now you'll never forget. You're welcome. Cool video, guys. Great lesson in chemistry between the two of you. Yeah, thanks. This is that video that I did with my buddy Jay Leonard J, who thankfully got stranded here Like his flight got canceled, so he got to just be with me for 3 days. And man, I love that dude. Jay Leonard J, absolute monster, best guitar player I've ever met. So check his channel out and check out that video because he kind of teaches me this like percussive like slapping thing that I'm still not very good at. But if you are into like percussive guitar playing, there's nobody better to learn it from. So I'll link that to the video description. I'll link that video link in the description and check it out because I don't know, the dude's just a monster and I thought it was a good video. Terrible teacher and a liar. I think this comment was taken from like a how to build chords from a scale video or something like that. Like, I mean, I get it. I'm not the best teacher for everybody, but a liar. Those are bold words. Those are fighting words, sir. Open chords and hammer on. Awesome singer. There's hope for this old world. Simplicity exemplified. Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. That video I posted the other day with Tyler singing that YouTube song, Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For. What a simple song. What an incredible singer. Like the soul of this man. I can't even put it into words. Like, I hope that the recording captured that, but it's the easiest song ever. It's really just like C to F. That's pretty much the entire thing. Just a 1 to 4 in the key of C with like a little bit of hammer-ons, and then the chorus. 5, 4, 1. And again, just like this comment said, it's like it's the simplest thing, and like the best music is always like pretty simple at its core, right? I think this is a great example of this. So watch that if you haven't seen it yet, because man, I just remember being in that room and it's like, yeah, you would think that this would be something really easy for me to do. Oh, C to F, G to F to C. But like the tempo that we were doing it at, it's like, actually I was like kind of nervous playing it, and man, you know, I've fought my way in and covered up some flubs before playing with singers where there's no rehearsal like this. You know, it's like, oh, hey, let's get together, let's do a video, not gonna rehearse, here's the song. It's like, whatever, I've done enough gigs where that's not like a big deal. But I just remember like I was in it, like, oh man, I gotta make sure this sounds good, even though what I'm playing is relatively simple. It's like the way that we're playing it, I think actually made it a bit of like a difficult task for me as a guitar player, but again, I was just following that dude and he absolutely killed it. You know, there's nothing like the lyrics from Bono just to take you to a higher place, am I right? I want the full song. So this is a comment on a short I posted from GearFest. There'll be some more GearFest videos soon. If you don't know, GearFest is the event that Sweetwater put on where they flew a bunch of creators on and had us kind of like meet with a bunch of brands and stuff. And it's like, it's the best time of the year for me because I get to see all my friends. In fact, I was just in a video yesterday with Samurai Guitarist where I said the Beach Boys sucked, and I got a lot of pushback on that. But man, I just got the opportunity to play with so many incredible musicians in such a concentrated space where we're just being shuttled around from one thing to the next. So that's definitely where playing live, building up the chops live, really helped out. This comment was on a video that I actually got to shoot with my friend Ruby, who's an incredible singer. You'll be seeing more of her soon. My buddy Jimmy, who's like a master MPC dude. Casey Cooper, ridiculous drummer. And then an unnamed guy from Roland on the bass, who again, I never really even formally met, but he just laid down some awesome like bass stuff, and I think it sounded great. Let me know if you want me to post the full version of that video, because I think it sounded pretty cool. I'll just throw it up, maybe do like a lesson on it on the Patreon or something like that. But always a great time going to Sweetwater Gear Fest. So there'll be some more videos from that coming soon, especially one with me, Brian, Samurai, and Davidas. That sadly I'm waiting on one of the people at Sweetwater to deliver an asset that I badly need for that. So stay tuned. All right, listening homework this week, I'm going to throw you to another person who I met at GearFest, Sarah Longfield. Sarah Longfield's a beast. She's like so good. You know, I've known who she was, and she's awesome with like the tap stuff. She got a custom signature Strandberg and all that. Super cool person. Yeah, her and husband Derek were absolutely amazing. She's so good. I thought it was mostly metal stuff, but some of her newer stuff is more kind of like, I don't know, taiko adjacent in a really cool way. So check her out because her music is awesome. Let me know if you have any questions or comments in the comment section, and then hit yourself up with some Elixir strings because you won't regret it. They're the best strings in the world. Thank you again to them for sponsoring this video, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Thank you.